Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be a new series and you can already tell by the title. The first one is going to be why you shouldn't avoid Games Workshop. This series is going to, well, I'm just going to give you the facts, then I think you're smart enough to make your own opinion on it, and at the very end I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it. So you don't have to watch the end if you don't want to, and if you have your own opinion, that's great, that's even better. So let's begin. I have a small list here, and let's dive in with the big and obvious one. Games Workshop models. The quality is great. There is basically no argument about it. Yes, the engineering sometimes is a little questionable, and by that I mean that you have sometimes sprues, like with the archers of the Age of Sigmar Slaanesh army. And yeah, well, when you have two fingers on an arrow and you have to glue that, or with the Middle-earth game, the Rohirrim helmets and heads, then when you have to glue the face into the helmet and so on, that's kinda iffy, yes. But all in all, in the wargaming community, in the tabletop wargaming scene, the quality of Games Workshop models is above the rest. There are only a handful of competitors in there. Speaking of which, the models. Something else is there. Models sometimes vanish without a warning. We had a big discussion with, first of all, the Space Marines, when Primaris Marines were introduced, that the phasing out of Firstborn Marines, as they are called, which didn't stop there. We also had something similar with the Stormcast Eternals in Age of Sigmar. There are of course other examples there as well, like with the Beasts of Chaos and so on, but from one day to another, your model range might be gone from the game. You can, of course, still proxy the models with the new rules. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. So we have also another warning. Yeah, we have another example for that one with the new Space Wolf Codex, where the flyer is gone. So this was also without a warning. Just keep this in mind. Then we have whole games vanishing, probably. There are some rumors around. I know this is not a fact. I told you in the beginning that this is going to be a fact video, but there are a lot of hints because Games Workshop is a company that works in cycles. We have a 3-year cycle for the mainline games, which is 40k, Age of Sigmar, then we have Horus Heresy, and yeah, well, the only game that is exempt from it is the Middle-earth game. But that's totally fine because there are licensing things in the background for that one. But the Games Workshop owned IPs are on a 3-year cycle. And yeah, well, Warcry is also one of those games. It's not exactly on a 3-year cycle, but we haven't heard in a long time. There has been nothing for Warcry. And I'm also kinda scared for Adeptus Titanicus, and it's one of the reasons why I'm not diving into that one as well. But just again, keep this in mind. Also, your favorite specialist game might also vanish. Then we have the lore and the Black Library. The difference in there is the lore is in the rulebook or rule books if you want a 40k and or Age of Sigmar. And we have the Black Library, which is basically the story which drives the narrative a little bit forward. Which is great. So you have, again, the rulebook, you have your codex, your battle tome, And then you have a whole range of different novels for 40k or for Age of Sigmar, as you can see in my background here, which is, in my mind, amazing. There is an issue here again, but that is, again, something that you can make your own mindset of, that basically nothing is happening if there is not a big change in one of the rule books or in campaign books, basically. But there is a great video about the lore issues from Luton09. I will link it in the description box down below. Yes, my love, I know. It's horrible. Even my cat is crying about it. And yeah, then, as I've talked about battle tomes and codices, those are basically pay for rules. What do I mean by that? If you want to play the game, you kinda have to buy the rules, because they are only in battle tomes and codices, which, again, make your own mind with that. You can find the rules online somewhere in the vastness of the internet. It might not be an official site there, but the rules are still there, just not maybe in the language you're speaking or reading. Which comes to Warhammer Plus. Warhammer Plus is the subscription service from Games Workshop. It was introduced as an animation site with some other gimmicks here and there, like a painting show, which is still there, like battle reports, which are still there, and so on. They've added a lot of videos and formats to that page, but animations have been, it's been sparse in the last couple of months and /years. And if you don't have the subscription for that, the apps for your phone where you can build your own army lists, well, you're only stuck with one army list per app. Which, I mean, 40k has one app, so you can write one army list there. Age of Sigmar has an app, which means you can write one army list on that one. If you want to have access to the full rules, you have to buy, again, the battle tome or the codex, because at the very end of the book, there is a code which you have to enter into My Warhammer, and then you have the full access for every rule of that army, even with the updates and so on. Then we have price hikes. In the last couple of years, there were price hikes I think it was every March. It was announced in April or May. It was then in the stores like that. This year, we didn't have one officially, because with the backlash of the last couple of years, Games Workshop shifted this to an invisible price hike. With that, I mean you get new boxes. Those are a little bit more expensive than the ones before, and the content is not on par as with the last one. We had those with combat patrols as my favorite example for that one. We also have these for the army-specific dice. First, you had a pack of 20 dice, now there are 16, for almost basically the same price as before. Then we have the community size, with the biggest war game on planet Earth, on Terra. The community size, you can just go anywhere and say, I play Warhammer, and everyone is like, yep. Which is fantastic. You always have someone to talk to. You always have someone to talk about the rules and all the lore. You will, again, always find someone. Then we have the live streams for, well, upcoming products from Games Workshop, which sadly are not live anymore. I haven't seen the last one, the one for Horus Heresy, as of right now, as of recording this. It might have been live, I don't know, I can't talk about that one, but the last about 6-7 months it hasn't been live anymore. It's just a pre-recorded show. And with that, I'm gonna leave this here for you. These were some of the facts with, I know, a little bit of a rumor in there with Warcry vanishing. Make up your own mind on what you think about Games Workshop here. If I have missed anything, please write it in the comment section down below, and I will make a big pinned comment for that one. So with just the facts, because I probably have missed a lot there. For my own opinion, if you don't want to be spoiled with your own opinion here, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. I will see you in the next one. And now my opinion. My opinion is Games Workshop has a lot of problems. Okay, I kinda lost my train of thought here, so I'm just gonna give you my opinion right now. Games Workshop has a lot of issues right now, as with the FOMO boxes. Oh, that is something that I should have, put into the facts right there. I hope you're still watching this. The FOMO boxes were a big problem. The release windows of here is the army box, and then after a couple of weeks here is the codex with the rest of the army is a big issue for me. The price hikes all the time. And as much as I love the IP, I really can't stand behind the company anymore because, oh yeah, also the colors. The colors are also not the best on the market. They're fine, they're good, but there are a lot of companies that are better. It's just my opinion. As colors are something very deeply personal to each person, I haven't really put that into the facts part now that I think about it, because in my mind, the Pro Acryl colors are way, way better, as well as the two thin coats ones. I don't have them on my table right now, but they're by my side, still in the box, because every time I use them, I put them back into the box, because I really, really like that box. But those are really, really nice colors. I like the consistency and everything on them. But with every basically nerd tags that we have to pay Games Workshop for the battle tomes, for the codex, for Warhammer Plus, for the apps, I just can't stand behind that anymore. So the only thing that I'm really buying are the Black Library novels. I haven't bought a model from Games Workshop the whole year, which I'm kinda happy about it. It makes me feel better. Again, as much as I love the IP, I love Age of Sigmar 2 bits, I love 40k, but it's just too expensive for my mind, and that is really, really sad. I have a good job that I'm really happy with, and yeah, I don't know. It's just that other companies are having better communication with the community, are more understanding of their communities, and don't see them as walking wallets, which is really kind of sad. And yeah, the licensed games like Space Marine 2, Blood Bowl, Total War Warhammer, and so on are better in my mind. I haven't played Total War Warhammer because I really don't like what Creative Assembly is doing with the game franchise. But again, Space Marine 2 is freaking awesome. I still play it. And Vermintide 2 is always getting new updates, which is mind-boggling. But still fantastic. Oh, I haven't talked about the old world, but that's fine. But yeah, again, it feels so negative here, and I don't want that to be. I still want to be a positive channel. I'm still going to cover Games Workshop, obviously, as much as I don't buy the models anymore. I love Spearhead. Spearhead is great. Combat Patrol is probably going to take the same route as Spearhead next year with 11th edition, which is going to be awesome. I really hope they're going to do this, and again, Games Workshop is set in those boxes. When they do something for one game, they're going to do it for the other game. So we're probably going to see a Spearhead version of Combat Patrol, and I'm probably going just to stick with Spearhead. That's just it. I'm going to play other games for fun, because I already played the Halo tabletop game from Mantic Games with one of my best friends. It's awesome. It was a lot of fun. And it's just 4 models per side. But yeah, that's my opinion. As I can't see myself buying into more models from Games Workshop soon. Not only because I'm probably going to move next year again, and I don't want to carry all the models around with me anymore, even though the next move would be inside the city, so I probably can just carry it from one side to another or put it on my scooter or anything like that. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. It might change in half a year. It might change next month. It might change in 1 year. In 1 year. I don't know. I can't tell you. I just know that I love Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, and 40k. And I'm not going to stop there. I still love the lore. I'm still going to read the books. Still need a headset to go for that one. If you know a good headset, an in-ear headset, because I'm 3D printing myself a helmet that is going to cover my full head, so over-ear headsets are a no-go there. Because, yeah. Yeah, and also, I can't remember. I know this isn't the main topic of the video here, and I will digress. I'm sorry. This is the last point I'm going to make. Someone, I sadly forgot who it was because it was such a long time ago, told me of an STL for a Bloodborne-inspired mansion for pen and paper. So if you're watching this and if you know what I mean, please tell me what the name of that terrain piece was, because I really want to print it. And yeah, that's basically it. I hope this was a great video for you. I'm still going to do this series for other games as well. Next one is obviously going to be Parabellum's Conquest, and after that, maybe video games. I don't know. I want to talk a little bit more with should you or shouldn't you avoid this and that. Thanks you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. Please do all the YouTube stuff because we may never see each other again. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Bye.